Gentlemen, we're going to jump right back into it. So coming in at number 28, we got Destiny. Destiny is a Super Saiyan 3 from Generations. And I'm going to be honest here. I kind of put her here just because she's from Generations. I could have put any Super Saiyan 3 from any of these games that I don't know much about that I would just call a base SS3. But I chose Destiny because I wanted more Generations representation. No disrespect to Destiny. We saw her as a Super Saiyan 3 in that tournament movie that we just did in Real World Con 2019. Melverru is number 27. Melverru is an SS3 from Legends. He had a battle with Psykid where Psykid was not using telepathy, and this was before he had thievery or summons. But he still, was very dangerous with just his speed and his telekinetic abilities. Melverru and Psykid pressed each other to the point where they were both all nearly out of it. Psykid did win, but by the end he was like throwing up blood. I don't think a base SS3 could pull that off. So I'm going to just decisively give Melverru over Destiny. I think it would just wipe her out. Number 26 would be Kayna. Kayna is actually a human from Legends whose genes were spliced with Saiyans, and it gave her Saiyan abilities. So she can access Super Saiyan and things like that. She can access the Super Saiyan 3 level. She carries a staff that's incredibly durable, and she can also summon a phoenix. I believe that she is comparably powerful to Melverru, and I think like her weapon and her ability to continue to heal herself through her Phoenix Goldie, I just think it would be too much. She's also Brada's apprentice and benefits from that training, and I believe she's probably sharper hand to hand. Number 25 would be Kyro. Kyro is a SS3 from the Awesome game. Kyro actually probably would have been lower on this list, but I fought him recently in a movie where I was a character who was like mid-tier SS4, and he was in a group, but he was handling my blows and attacks so well, and his energy projection was nasty for his level. I think he was busting out these Destructo Discs that honestly probably could have one-shotted me if I wasn't careful. So I think his energy projection alone, I think, would overwhelm Kayna. And then certain stuff like the Destructo Disc, head come off, you're not healing from that. Number 24 will be Tani. Tani is a SS3 from Legends. She is a hybrid of Ape-type Saiyans and Dragon-type Saiyans. And then she also has Cyber-type Saiyan eyes implanted in her eye. Or she had a transplant to put those eyes in. She is, I would say, probably like a mid to high SS3 that we know of. And I think just her raw training and ability, and then all of those like extra abilities that come from being the mix of those things, I think would just overwhelm Kyro. I think she's powerful enough for him to be a bit hard to tag her. And I think like both of them have the kind of abilities where if they tag each other, they're done. But I think she's probably going to pull that off first. And she's going to be able to get around some of his stuff. And I don't think he'll be able to do the same with her. Number 23 would be Hashiru. Hashiru is a Super Saiyan 3 from the... excuse me. He's a Super Saiyan 3 from the Awesome game. He is a Demon Saiyan. And I would say he's a mid-tier SS3. But his Hellfire is like transcendent. I would say it's like it hits like mid-tier SS4, and you don't want to let it touch you because it'll hurt the hell out of you. I think off the Hellfire alone, I think it'll be too much for Tani. As soon as she gets grazed, it's going to start slowing her down, and a couple of hits and she's done. Number 22 is Sabado. Sabado is SS3 from Legends. Sabado is from the legendary Ghost unit that Rain used to run. He has high levels of experience and skill. He's like a max level SS3. And he also is said to have mystical blades. So I think that his raw power is a bit too much for Hashiru. I think he will be able to maneuver out of the way of the Hellfire and eventually just cut Hashiru down. Because stronger, faster, better senses, better energy projection, I think he would just wear him down.